The other day I was reading a book, and in my book club, instead of saying chapters, I was saying, in episode 4, instead of saying chapter 4. I don't know what's wrong with me. All right, anyways. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Titatakes. Why do I call it an episode? I don't know. It's just a YouTube video. Whatever. Anyways, welcome to Titatakes. If this is your first time here, welcome. Okay, Titatakes is a channel where we celebrate literary and visual works of art by people of color. And today's episode, we are enjoying episode 4 of Abbott Elementary. I keep calling it an episode. It's the YouTube video. Why do I keep calling it an episode? I love television, that's why. If you have not yet, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Just do it right now. Okay, this is my friendly reminder. Subscribe to my channel. Also turn on your notifications so you won't miss any episodes going forward. I just had my second cup of coffee of the day. It was black. It was delicious. I put some sea moss in it. Okay, so I'm feeling very energetic. My heart is pumping. Okay, it's pumping very fast. So I'm just gonna stop rambling and we're gonna watch episode 4. Starting, let's go.
Okay, let's move on to ARD, right, which means all right. So the kids here use a lot of Philadelphia slang, or as we call it, Philly slang.
I wonder if Quinta's really from Philly.
It's a helpful teaching tool because these kids use these Johns all the time.
I know John.
The phonics principle that these children need.
It's African American vernacular English.
I thought breakfast was being provided.
Don't act like you don't see these little boxes of cereal right here. So, listen up. Your favorite HBIC, aka me, has acquired some new learning technology that will help our little ones with their reading.
Well, I, for one, prefer the tried and true methods over whatever the latest doohickey is. I mean, I have yet to see the program that can do what I do by, teaching.
Well, old school teaching is great, but the latest doohickey can be a helpful addition.
Each of you will get one of these.
New tablets. Hey, how's it going, Barb?
Oh, easy peasy.
She don't know how to use it.
Yeah. I am so excited that Barbara is so
That's
confused
like me.
because it
I
means
don't know how
I
to
get to
use
help
this
her
shit.
with something. I need her help every day. So if I can return the favor just once, it means I'm no longer a newbie. I'm her peer.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm actually teaching a lesson right now about the unions in the city and how many of them started in South Philly.
Oh, no way. I know some guys that were part of that.
Just like I said, she is a shady lady. That's why you and me, we gotta stick together, man. You know,
He's
like
not behind
coffee
you.
and
He's
creamer.
not there.
Oh, teach the children to read with this. I can hardly read this. Now, who took that picture of me?
You took it, Barbara. You took
How's
it.
it going with the new program?
Oh,
Barbara, just ask for help, Barbara. Just ask for help.
You come from a different generation, and so it'll be totally understandable if you were having trouble with
are you
it.
kidding me? I'm Miss Tech, I love tech.
So
It's
I'm going to
like-
wait for her to come and ask me for help.
They make these improvements and advancements in tech, but they're not properly training the teachers on how to use it. And so she's struggling. I get it.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue teaching my students how to read like I have been for 30 years. I'll input whatever information I need to into that program, and then I'll just keep doing what I have been doing, and everybody else will just have to back off.
Oh God, I hope she doesn't get in trouble for this.
How about this? I know a guy who was actually a captain back in the day. How about I hook you up? You can come to the class and do like a eyewitness account for the kids.
Unexpected, but I am so happy Melissa's bringing in a police captain. He's gonna be able to talk to the kids about how this is done peacefully.
I'm just really happy Vinny, the strike captain, is out of jail so we can do this. It's also going to count towards his community service. Just 100 more hours and his record's cleared.
Why did he think she meant the police captain? It's clearly the strike captain. It's clear which side she comes from. You know what I mean? He's so stupid.
That's what I'm talking about.
Morning, Abbott Elementarians. It turns out one of our teachers is just too good. According to our new reading program, Mrs. Howard's kindergartners are reading at a 4th grade level.
No.
Mrs. Howard, you are once again that girl.
Mrs. You say Howard, Mrs.
Howard.
Mrs.
Howard.
Mrs.
Shirley Ralph, what did you get yourself into?
Barbara, you know what? Since so many of us need help, what if you put on like a little presentation for the rest of us?
Well, you know,
You think it's too small, Janine. We should have an assembly and have one of Barbara's students read to the whole school, show these little illiterate fools how to literate.
Yes! Not the second part. Yes!
Students, we are about to hear from a heroic, upstanding citizen of this city, okay, who helped to peacefully end.
Kids, meet Vinny Romano.
Call me the tire iron.
I don't think Will is ready to read just yet, but I have read from this book so many times he practically has it memorized. I'm sure he'll have no problem.
Cheryl.
Jack and Jill
Yes.
went up the...
Come on, baby.
I cannot get past a single lesson without an error message. It's really annoying.
Why don't we get together after school and we can figure it out?
I would love that.
Where's Tariq? Where's
Kidding
Tariq
me?
at? I
Oh
want
my
to
God,
see
shoot,
Tariq
my
again.
boyfriend is picking me up after
There
school
it is.
today.
There it is.
You know what? You can come hang with us. I mean, we're just going to IKEA. You can help us pick out a bed.
That's weird.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I forgot. I actually have somebody picking me up after school. It's a girl.
Yeah.
She's a woman. I mean, like, this car full of women.
That was the most awkward interaction I've seen on this show thus far.
You know? And the pigs, they were mad because we were throwing rocks. It's like, hey, just relax. It's just freaking rocks, you know?
I thought you were bringing a police captain. Someone to talk about how the union worked together in peace?
That's not the real story. This is the truth. He's given him an eyewitness account to history.
Eyewitness? I think the term is accomplice.
This is the problem I have with people like you. You want to romanticize the city, but you won't acknowledge the truth. Like you want to run up the Rocky steps, but you can't take a punch in the face. I'm saying you can't teach the kids right if you don't respect where they're from. It's about respect.
Oh, it's upside down, baby boy. It's upside down,
Okay,
honey
that's
bun.
Everybody, my student Will is a wonderful student and dancer, but he cannot read this book just yet. The truth is, I was actually able to log into the program, but I was just pushing buttons. I did not mean to say that they could read at a 4th grade level. So I lied. All these new people and this new tech just made me feel like I was being pushed out to sea.
What if we figured out this stuff together?
I'd like that.
Are we having a moment right now?
Are those jelly beans on your belt?
Totally. I see it. I feel it.
Melissa, I made some dumb assumptions about you, about South Philly. I was condescending. Basically, I was a jerk.
I wish my ex-husband could ever admit that much.
Well, I'm really sorry.
Listen, you're trying to sanitize this place and its history. It doesn't need it. This is who we are. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Tire iron, of course, representing the ugly.
Well, I wouldn't say that to his face.
Turns out the software we've been using was invented by the Pennsylvania penal system to collect data for prisons.
Prisons?
Something about the correlation between lower reading levels and the amount of prison beds they're supposed to build.
Oh, my God.
Apparently it's illegal. I am just as disgusted as you all are. Disgraceful.
You're going to sell those, aren't you?
And what would you rather I do, Melissa?
Still in progress, and I hope I always will be.
Did he just...
Oh my God, you just read.
He just read. You're baby genius.
Yes! Wow.
This is a joke. This has to be a joke. It's not a joke. Gonna get it, boy. Gonna get it, boy. The end. Another great episode from Abbott Elementary. So many good takeaways. There are a lot of things I want to touch on, so let me hit on them one by one. Okay, number one, I love the conversation of how tech is, in some sense, pushing older teachers out or aside because technology is moving so fast. Way too fast for, I guess, an older person to really catch up. I mean, I don't even understand crypto and NFTs and all these things. And Janine says it herself as well. She doesn't understand it either. But Barbara, being the seasoned senior teacher that she is, 30 years in the game, she's like, I know how to teach my children how to read, just not using tablets and this data mining software that you are asking us to use. So there's that on that end, and understanding Barbara's issues and stress with trying to learn new technological software in order to do the things that she's been doing for the past 30 years. And also in the end, knowing that the software is used to collect data on these children. And I didn't really catch it, but something about collecting data for like prisons and like lower reading scores equating to like higher prison likelihood of going to prison, which is like effed. Completely effed, but also like that's the evil side of technology. If you go back to the last episode 3, where I kind of go into technology and like the use of it in schools, and this is a perfect example of what using tech could possibly do. You don't really know what you're doing. You don't know who created it, why it was created, what data they're keeping, what they're creating profiles on you. Like there's a whole world behind tech and like the things that data they're collecting about you. They're learning about you. It's called machine learning. And this is an example of them using that for literal children in an elementary school. Okay, there's that. Also, the exchange between Melissa and Jacob. Amazing. I loved that conversation of Melissa being a South Philly girl and Jacob, I'm unclear as to where he's from. I don't think it's Philadelphia. I think maybe he came to Philadelphia from another state, maybe the Midwest or something. But his desire to teach history, but like a revisionist history, right? Like a watered down, sanitized version of like real life events that happen in the city where these children come from. And he wants to, tie it all in a pretty bow of saying, yeah, in the end, there was peace and unity among the people who were on strike and the police force. And that's just not the truth. Like, that's just not what happened. And Melissa comes in and brings in a real life person who was in the strikes, who may or may not have done illegal things, but for the greater good of the cause of like unions and labor laws and better employee rights. And so she brings this guy in. And it's not what he envisioned as, the person, like the influence that he wanted over his students. And Melissa makes the argument that like, you don't need to sanitize the history of where these children came from. Like, you don't need to lie to these children. Like, you don't need to give them a spoonful of sugar like Mary Poppins, okay? Like, just tell them the truth. This is the city where they're from. This is the truth of what happened. This is how it culminated. This is how we ended up where we are. Like, I truly believe, as a non-teacher living adult person, the truth is always way more important than sugarcoating it and revising it to be whatever you want and putting it in this pretty little bow and making it more palatable for children. Like, children are not dumb. That's the thing. And you're making them dumb by lying to them, and then they're going to become dumb adults who don't understand their history or why 2 + 2 = 4. That awkward exchange between Janine and Gregory. Where is this going? I want to know. It felt less flirty. I don't know. The minute she mentioned the boyfriend, he got all weird, but like, he knows she has a boyfriend. So was he surprised? Was he surprised that she would bring him up? What game are you playing, Gregory? I would like to know. Anyways, let me know what you thought of episode 4 of Abbott Elementary. We're flying through these. We are flying through these episodes. It is so much fun. The show is so funny. This principal gets crazier and crazier and crazier. I'm ready for some new characters. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I want to see Tariq back, which I have a pretty good gut, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see Tariq in episode 5. I would also like to see one more new character. We have the custodian. Maybe we'll see him in episode 5 again, but I have a feeling we're going to meet someone new in episode 5. So we shall see. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Turn on your notification bell so you won't miss any upcoming videos. And we're just going to keep doing it. We're just going to keep watching this show and enjoying these reactions and reviews. I'm so grateful for you for joining me. To the next video.